The Cask of Amontillado, Edgar Allan Poe. Fortunato had hurt me 1,000 times, and I had endured it without complaint. But then I learned that he had mocked my proud family name, Montresor, a name that belonged to an old and respected family. At that moment, I made a promise to myself. He would pay for this. I would have my revenge. But do not think that I told anyone about my plan. I was determined to take revenge, but I would do it with great care. I could not allow myself to suffer because of my actions. That would not truly be revenge. And my revenge would not be complete unless Fortunato knew he was being punished and understood who was making him pay. So I gave Fortunato no reason to suspect me. I continued to smile whenever I saw him, and he never realized what those smiles really meant. He did not know that every smile hid my plan and my growing anticipation of revenge. Fortunato was a powerful man, someone people respected and feared. But he had one great weakness. He loved fine wine and drank a great deal of it. Because of this, he believed he was an expert at judging the quality of wine. I also knew a great deal about old wines and always bought the best ones I could find. And I believed that wine would become the perfect way to carry out my revenge. It was almost evening one spring day when I happened to meet Fortunato alone in the street. He greeted me more warmly than usual because he had already drunk more wine than he should have. I acted delighted to see him and shook his hand as though he were my closest friend. "Fortunato, how are you?" "Montresor. Good evening, my friend." "My dear Fortunato, I'm truly glad I ran into you. In fact, I was just thinking about you. I've recently been tasting a new wine. I bought a whole cask of what I was told is Amontillado, but Amontillado? That's impossible." "I know, it doesn't seem possible. Since I couldn't find you, I was just on my way to ask Lucrezi. If anyone can judge a fine wine, it's Lucrezi. He can tell me whether it's really Amontillado or not. Lucrezi, he can't tell one wine from another." "But people say he knows just as much about wine as you do." "Ha! Come then, let's go." "Go where?" "To your vaults. I want to taste the wine." "No, my friend, no. I can see you're not feeling well. Besides, the vaults are cold and damp." "I don't care. Let's go. I'm well enough." "A little cold means nothing. Amontillado. Someone is trying to fool you. And Lucrezi. Ha! Lucrezi knows nothing about wine, nothing at all." As he spoke, Fortunato took my arm, and I let him lead me toward my great stone palace, where the Montresor family had lived for generations. The house was completely empty. Before leaving, I'd ordered the servants not to leave the palace because I would not return until the next morning, and they were to take care of the house. But I knew those orders would have the opposite effect. As soon as I was gone, every one of them would leave. I took 2 brightly burning torches from the wall. I handed one to Fortunato and led him toward a wide doorway. There, we could see a stone staircase disappearing into the darkness below. Telling him to be careful, I went down first, leading the way beneath the ground, deep below the ancient walls of my palace. At last, we reached the bottom of the stairs and paused for a moment. The earth beneath our feet was cold and hard. We'd entered the burial place of the Montresor family, where generations of my ancestors rested. It was also where we stored our finest wines, safe in the cool, dark, silent air beneath the ground. Fortunato's steps were unsteady because of all the wine he had already drunk. He looked around uncertainly, trying to see through the heavy darkness surrounding us. Even our bright torches seemed weak in that place. But after a while, our eyes adjusted, and we could make out large piles of human bones stacked along the walls. The stone walls were damp and icy cold. Among the long rows of wine bottles lying on the ground beside the bones, I selected one filled with an excellent wine. Since I had nothing to uncork it with, I struck the bottle against the stone wall and broke off its narrow neck. Then I offered the bottle to Fortunato. "Here, Fortunato, have some of this fine Medoc. It will help keep us warm. Drink." "Thank you, my friend. I drink to the dead who rest around us." "And I, Fortunato, drink to your long life." "Ah, an excellent wine indeed. But what about the Amontillado?" "It lies farther ahead. Come." We continued walking for some time. By then we were beneath the river and drops of water fell from the ceiling above us. We went deeper and deeper underground, passing even more piles of bones. "Your vaults are vast," Fortunato said. "They seem to go on forever." "My family is both old and great," I replied. "The Amontillado is not much farther now, but I can see you're shivering from the cold. Come, let us turn back before it's too late." "It is nothing," he answered. "Let's keep going. But first, another drink of your Medoc." I picked up another bottle from among the bones. This one contained another excellent wine, a de Grave. Once again, I broke off the neck of the bottle. Fortunato took it from me and drank every drop without stopping for a single breath. Then he laughed and tossed the empty bottle over his shoulder. We continued deeper and deeper underground. At last, we reached a vault where the air was so old and heavy that our torches almost went out. Along 3 of the walls, piles of human bones were stacked higher than our heads. The bones from the 4th wall had been removed and were scattered across the floor around us. In the center of that wall was a small opening leading into another chamber, if it could even be called a room. It was only about 3 feet wide, 6 or 7 feet high, and perhaps 4 feet deep. It was little more than a narrow space in the wall. "Go on," I said. "The Amontillado is in there." Fortunato stumbled forward uncertainly, and I followed close behind. As expected, he soon reached the back wall. He stood there for a moment, facing it in confusion, wondering why there was nowhere else to go. Set into the wall were 2 heavy iron rings. A short chain hung from one and a padlock from the other. Before Fortunato had time to understand what was happening, I fastened the chain around him and locked him securely to the wall. Then I stepped back. "Fortunato," I said, "put your hand against the wall. You can feel the water running down it. Once again I ask you, won't you go back?" "No." "Very well. Then I must leave you here. But first, I will do everything I can for you." But the Amontillado." "Ah yes, the Amontillado." As I spoke, I began searching through the piles of bones. Throwing them aside, I found the stones I had removed from the wall earlier. Without wasting a moment, I began rebuilding the wall, slowly sealing the opening where Fortunato stood, trembling. "Mon Trésor, what are you doing?" I kept working. I could hear him pulling desperately at the chain, shaking it with all his strength. Only a few more stones remained to be put in place. "Mon Trésor, haha, this is a very good joke indeed. We will laugh about this many times, haha, as we sit together and drink our wine, haha." "Of course," I replied, "as we drink the Amontillado." "But isn't it getting late? Shouldn't we be going back? They will be expecting us. Let us go." "Yes," I said, "let us go." As I spoke those words, I lifted the last stone from the ground. "Mon Trésor, for the love of God." "Yes," I answered, "for the love of God." I heard no reply. "Fortunato!" I called. "Fortunato!" The only answer was a faint, muffled sound, a quiet cry of fear. My heart suddenly felt heavy, though I told myself it was only because of the cold. I quickly forced the final stone into place. Then I stacked the old bones back against the wall, hiding everything as it had been before. For 50 years, no human hand has disturbed them. May he rest in peace. And so ends the Cask of Amontillado by Edgar Allan Poe. A chilling tale of revenge, deception, and one of literature's darkest endings. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this retelling in simple modern English, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow lovers of classic literature. Until next time, take care.